things that we don't know anything about. One's called the anchors, one's called the valve, and one's called the hatch.
A decent-sized anomaly. I mean, it's right next to the road.
That's near where the hatch from Zena's map.
The Oak Island team has uncovered something remarkable, a hidden hatch buried deep beneath the island. This unexpected discovery has sparked excitement and curiosity among the crew. What lies behind it could completely reshape their investigation. Could it lead to the island's legendary treasure, or reveal something even more surprising? Let's explore this mysterious find and see what secrets Oak Island might be hiding. Deep in Nova Scotia, brothers Rick and Marty Lagina, along with their dedicated team, have been on a mission to uncover the island's long-lost secrets. Over the years, they've faced countless challenges in their search for treasure. But this new discovery was unlike anything they had encountered before. It shifted their entire perspective. Their journey took a major turn when they came across an ancient map. This discovery proved crucial as it pointed toward a buried entrance. The team was filled with anticipation, wondering what could be hidden beneath the surface. Could this entrance finally lead them to Oak Island's fabled riches, or would it uncover even more mysteries? Gathered around a table in a dimly lit room, Rick, Marty, and the team discussed the island's history with researcher Doug Crowell. They were also joined by Zena Halpern, a well-known expert on the Knights Templar. Her enthusiasm and deep knowledge added a new layer to their investigation as she introduced a fascinating discovery that might help answer some of Oak Island's oldest questions. Zena presented two ancient maps along with a mysterious coded message. The team was astonished to see that one of the maps was dated 1179 in Roman numerals. It clearly depicted Oak Island, with a marked location labeled Roden. Zena believed this could be connected to New Ross, a site linked to the explorer Henry Sinclair, who is said to have traveled to Nova Scotia in 1398. This revelation filled the room with excitement. Could these maps finally unlock the secrets of Oak Island? With Zena's insights, the team felt a renewed sense of purpose and pressed forward with their investigation. As they studied the maps and symbols more closely, it became clear that many questions still remained unanswered. Determined to uncover the truth, the team intensified their search, examining every detail and leaving no possibility unexplored. Each new clue brought them closer to understanding the island's past, while also deepening the mystery. Despite difficult terrain and unexpected obstacles, their determination only grew stronger. Rick, Marty, and the team became even more united, driven by their shared passion for uncovering Oak Island's hidden history. The island itself has long been associated with the Knights Templar, a powerful medieval order. Some theories suggest that a Templar presence existed there as early as the 1300s, possibly connected to Scottish noble Henry Sinclair. He is also linked to Rosslyn Chapel, built in 1446. However, Zena's research hinted at something even more intriguing, that the Templars may have arrived on Oak Island long before Sinclair's time, suggesting a deeper and more complex history tied to the nearby town of New Ross. Zena's maps played a crucial role in this evolving story. One map showed the entire region of Nova Scotia, while another, a French map from 1347, was especially compelling. Featuring French inscriptions, it suggested that French explorers may have reached the island centuries earlier than previously thought. The map referenced landmarks such as a basin, possibly a swamp, and even a dam, features that aligned with known locations on the island. Interestingly, the map also included phrases like Oak Enter, which seemed to point toward a known treasure site. Other strange markings, including words like anchors and valve, added to the mystery. With each detail, the team's excitement grew as they worked to piece together the island's hidden story. Every new clue strengthened their belief that Oak Island's true history had yet to be uncovered. It raised the possibility that the Knights Templar may have been present long before previously believed. Could they have left behind treasures, clues, or even a hidden structure? Inspired by Zena's findings, the team became more determined than ever to solve the island's enduring mysteries. It felt as though they were getting closer to uncovering the truth. Just as they began to make sense of these discoveries, another clue emerged from the old maps, one that hinted at a lost entrance. Legends speak of a hidden doorway somewhere on the island, sparking even more questions about what might lie beneath. To investigate further, the team carefully compared the ancient maps with modern geographical data, searching for matches and irregularities. They believed these unusual markings could be the key to solving the island's long-standing puzzles. Rick understood the challenges ahead. While there were uncertainties surrounding Zena's research, he remained open to exploring every possibility. Oak Island's history is filled with competing theories, and no detail could be ignored. As part of their search, the team examined a curious depression near Dave's property, suspecting it might hold significance. Team member Jack took a closer look by comparing the old map with current satellite imagery. To their surprise, the shapes and outlines aligned closely with the island's present-day shoreline. Even more striking, the map appeared to match the location of Dave's driveway, road, and house, suggesting that the centuries-old map might accurately reflect the island's modern layout. This discovery added yet another layer of intrigue, pushing the team to continue their search with renewed determination. Jack pointed out that they still didn't know exactly what the hidden object looked like, which meant they needed more clues before they could pinpoint its location. Still, there was a promising sign. Both the ancient map and modern satellite images highlighted the same unusual spot, suggesting it could be the long-rumored hidden entrance on Oak Island. The team grew excited at the possibility that the map was genuine and that the marked location might truly lead to something significant underground. Rick and Marty discussed what this discovery could mean, wondering whether pirates or even ancient civilizations might have left something behind. Despite the uncertainty and challenges ahead, their determination to solve Oak Island's mysteries only intensified. Dan Blankenship was especially thrilled when he noticed how perfectly the old map aligned with current satellite imagery. Wanting to investigate further, he asked Jack Begley to bring a metal detector, pushing their search to the next level. With renewed energy, the team followed the map's directions, hoping it would guide them to a hidden entrance mentioned in other historical documents. Their imaginations ran wild with possibilities, perhaps a tunnel leading to the famous money pit, or treasures hidden for centuries. Marty Lagina considered this one of the most fascinating discoveries they had made in that area. As they approached the marked location, excitement spread through the group. Everyone wondered what might be waiting just beneath the surface: valuable artifacts, hidden passageways, or long-lost secrets. When they finally reached the site, the atmosphere was filled with anticipation. It almost felt as though the ground itself was ready to reveal its secrets. Jack carefully scanned the area with the metal detector, while the rest of the team watched in silence, hoping for a breakthrough. Suddenly, the detector gave a strong signal. Jack paused, clearly excited. Could this be the moment they had been waiting for? The discovery of the elusive entrance? The team quickly gathered around as Jack continued scanning, eager to uncover what lay hidden beneath the surface. As they began digging, a mix of excitement and curiosity took over. What could be hidden behind this mysterious entry point? What stories had remained buried for so long? They knew only time would reveal the answers. The next day, Rick, Marty, and their team, along with archaeologist Laird Niven, set out to examine a newly discovered square-shaped opening on the island's western side. This find could play a key role in solving Oak Island's long-standing mysteries. Their main goal was to determine whether the opening was man-made or naturally formed. Identifying its origin would be a major step forward in understanding the island's history. As Laird examined the site, he noticed signs of human activity. Stones appeared to have been deliberately moved and arranged, suggesting intentional construction. Marty proposed that the opening might be the entrance to a tunnel, especially since one side seemed to extend inward like a corridor. To investigate further, the team knew they would need proper permissions and would have to clear surrounding vegetation. Marty reassured everyone that they would follow all regulations and asked about any restrictions on using basic tools like hand shovels. Even though obtaining permissions could slow things down, Rick and Marty chose to proceed responsibly by sharing their findings with authorities. They understood the importance of following legal and archaeological guidelines to ensure a careful and respectful exploration. Committed to ethical treasure hunting, they involved the Canadian government in their efforts. They recognized that Oak Island was not just a potential source of treasure, but also an important historical and archaeological site. Preserving its integrity was just as important as uncovering its secrets. Their approach was very different from earlier explorers, who often used more aggressive methods. Instead, Rick and Marty relied on modern technology and careful archaeological practices to study the island without damaging it. Their goal was to uncover its history while protecting its natural and cultural significance. Through this thoughtful approach, they hoped to finally shed light on Oak Island's mysteries while honoring its past. Their dedication reflected a genuine passion for discovery, balanced with a strong sense of responsibility. On a bright morning, the team gathered at the shoreline to visit Dan Blankenship, a longtime expert on Oak Island's hidden treasures. Dan had spent nearly 50 years collecting clues, building an impressive archive of maps, photographs, and stories from treasure hunters dating back to the 1800s. His collection was like a treasure trove of information in itself, offering valuable insights into the island's past. His home resembled a small museum, filled with artifacts and memories from decades of exploration, each piece adding another layer to the ongoing mystery of Oak Island. Dan's basement was especially impressive, filled with maps, photographs, and detailed notes that seemed to transport visitors back to the early days of treasure hunting. But beyond the artifacts, Dan himself was an incredible source of knowledge. He shared countless stories passed down through generations, bringing the island's history to life. His passion for Oak Island was contagious, inspiring the team to dig deeper and learn more. Dan became a vital connection between the island's mysterious past and the team's ongoing search. With his guidance, they felt more confident in facing the challenges ahead and uncovering what might still be hidden beneath the surface. Back in the early 1930s, a determined treasure hunter named Melbourne Chappell carefully mapped out the Money Pit area. Believing he had found the original location, he and his father, William, began digging a secret tunnel aimed at reaching the supposed treasure vault. However, their efforts were cut short when seawater from one of the island's infamous flood tunnels rushed in and flooded their dig site, forcing them to abandon the project. Years later, Rick and Marty came across evidence of Chappell's failed attempt while drilling in an area known as Borehole 3. This discovery led the team to regroup and plan their next move. During discussions, Marty raised concerns about where to position their next drilling site. The team had differing opinions. Craig suggested a northeastern location, while Rick and David leaned towards the southwest. This disagreement led to a deeper evaluation of their strategy as the search intensified. The clues they had gathered pointed them toward a decision that could significantly impact their progress. At the same time, they were waiting for an important piece of equipment to arrive, adding urgency to their planning. To move forward, they decided to collect more data and continue discussing their options carefully. They knew that the success of their search depended on making thoughtful, well-informed decisions. While work at the Money Pit paused, Rick teamed up with island historian Charles Barkhouse and fellow team member Jack Begley. They also brought in stone experts Mike Wessling and Mark Feuer to examine one of Oak Island's most intriguing features, Nolan's Cross. Their goal was to determine whether the massive stones forming the cross had been shaped or placed by human hands. They paid special attention to the central stone, where the arms and base of the cross intersect, a spot that had drawn attention since earlier discoveries. In 1981, landowner Fred Nolan had identified 5 large cone-shaped stones arranged in a precise cross formation across his property, spanning a considerable distance. Intrigued by this unusual pattern, he believed something important might be hidden at its center. His continued search eventually led him to a 6th stone, which he thought resembled a giant human head. As the current team investigated Nolan's Cross, they hoped to find evidence of human involvement, or possibly hidden artifacts. Some believed the formation resembled a Templar cross, suggesting a connection to the Knights Templar. Others proposed a more symbolic interpretation, linking the layout to the Tree of Life. an important concept in ancient Hebrew mysticism, representing 10 divine elements involved in creation. This theory gained attention when smaller stones with flat edges were found arranged around the cross in a way that mirrored the Tree of Life structure. Some of these stones even appeared to have shapes resembling human facial features, such as eyes and lips. As the team explored further, they realized Nolan's cross could hold deeper meaning than previously thought. The possibility that the stones were intentionally shaped, combined with the chance of discovering hidden treasures or ancient symbolism, made the site even more fascinating. Adding to the mystery, the team also found traces of what appeared to be a small sword, raising new questions about the island's past. Some believed the cross's layout, possibly representing a sacred symbol, could indicate that something valuable was buried there. Experts studying the stones noticed details that supported multiple interpretations, either a carefully designed geometric arrangement or a structure with symbolic significance. The team recognized that Nolan's cross might be an important piece of the larger Oak Island puzzle. Even as they waited for further discoveries, their excitement grew. They believed the site might reveal more than just an arrangement of stones. It could unlock part of the island's hidden story. Over time, weathering had altered the appearance of the stones. One in particular stood out, suggesting it might have had a unique purpose. Rick considered whether its positioning could be a clue, though expert analysis would be needed to confirm any theories. He also understood that Nolan's cross might not lead directly to treasure or clear answers. Still, it remained a crucial part of the investigation. The team stayed committed to examining every aspect of Oak Island, hopeful that this formation might provide new insights, even if it didn't lead to immediate results. Their dedication to uncovering the island's history never wavered. The following day, the team returned to Nolan's cross to study its base more closely, focusing on a massive 5-ton granite stone. Their goal was to better understand how it had been placed and what purpose it might have served. They noted that all 5 granite stones forming Nolan's cross shared a similar shape, further adding to the mystery of how and why they were arranged in such a precise formation. The team began to question whether they had discovered a stone that was nearly what they were looking for, perhaps needing only slight modification, or if it had been intentionally moved into place. Stone experts Mark Feuer and Mike Welling noted that the surface of the rock was unusually smooth, unlike typical natural granite. This observation raised suspicions that the stone may have been shaped by human hands. Located near the base of Nolan's cross, right at the center of Oak Island, on land owned by Fred Nolan's family, this stone could hold significant clues. Its polished appearance stood in sharp contrast to the rough texture of surrounding natural rocks, suggesting it may have been deliberately crafted and positioned, adding even more intrigue to the site. So, is this hidden hatch just another false lead? Or could it be the breakthrough that finally reveals Oak Island's greatest secret? Share your thoughts, and if you enjoyed this exploration, consider subscribing to the Timefold channel and leaving a like.